People. Que pasa, suck, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the med scarlet news with a buzz. Now, the other day, there was a big case in a court in which a lady, her name is ANDREA Garwood, she was conned up in her church during service in front of the congregation. After that incident, they had a couple of suspects. Main suspect, mastermind, was her stepson. His name is Jovan Garwood. The person that drove the vehicle, allegedly, his name is Leon Hines. Very important character in the case, Dwight Prince Bingham. He is said to be the triggerman that was hired by the stepson Jovan Garwood, driven in the car driven by Leon Hines. Those three persons were in custody. Mr. Hines, plea bargain, he is doing maybe about 6 years or so before he is eligible for parole. The triggerman, he is supposed to be sentenced in about a couple of weeks or months from now. The DPP, after there was a no-case submission submitted by the lawyer for Mr. Bingham, said that she is going to ask for the maximum sentence, meaning life or more, when he goes to sentence, because he did not, meaning Mr. Bingham, want to take a plea bargain, and even worser, he did not refuse to testify against Jovan Garwood, who is the stepson. So the sad thing is that this lady was taken out in a very brutal way at a church in front of the congregation, and then the man that is said to have masterminded the whole thing, the triggerman, was supposed to testify according to what the DPP said. However, it seems as if that was just wishful thinking by the DPP in conversations that she had with the lawyer for Mr. Bingham, thinking that he was going to do the right thing. A triggerman that took away a lady in courts was going to do the right thing. He was going to be summoned by God, and God was going to talk to him, and he was going to have a change of heart, and said that, listen, Mr. Jovan Garwood is the man that paid me, gave me the order, mastermind everything. But the disappointing thing is that, based on what the DPP is now saying, the impression or opinion that we had, that this was a slam dunk case, because we have the driver, the getaway driver, we have the triggerman, and we also have the co-conspirator, the mastermind behind the whole thing, meaning the stepson, Mr. Jovan. Based on what the DPP is now saying, it is polar opposite from that. Nobody in the case was going to ever testify against the stepson, saying that he is the mastermind. There was no sorts of evidence other than very slim circumstantial evidence that said that yes, the stepson was behind everything. There was no sorts of intricate details, no sorts of plots. It was minimum or minimal, to say the least. So people, I want you to take a listen, take a look to what the DPP now has to say about the whole thing, and then I'll give my piece.
Was him perhaps showing that he knew the role that Bingham had played. But in terms of the nexus between the role that Bingham and Hines had played and his role in respect of the allegation of being the planner or the procurer or the counselor or aiding and abetting the murder, you didn't have any actual evidence per se of that. So what you came away with was suspicion that he may have been a part of it, But as you would appreciate, Dion, you need something more. You need to get to the required threshold in terms of proof beyond a reasonable doubt, or the threshold in respect of a prima facie case. But the Crown fell a little short.
Now, people, is it me or just my opinion? Do you think the DPP has long past her time? She is overdue to exit the office. Because we've seen many cases, high-profile cases, in which we thought was a slam-dunk case. And then, pew, we not hear none at all. What we thought was some sort of smoking gun was just like a FIRECRACKER. Hardly a noise. Deeply disappointing. Because every one of us got the opinion that, listen, alright, since this lady was taken out in a church, we are going to get justice. We are going to make an example, not only to the driver, the getaway driver, the triggerman, however, most importantly, the mastermind behind the whole thing. The facts are these. The mastermind walked scot-free. No case submission was filed. The judge ordered the DPP or the prosecutor to tell the jury that, listen, no evidence, this man walks, this man is innocent, and you are indeed innocent until proven guilty, even though most Jamaicans would know that he is guilty as sin. Now, people, second part to this video. There's a lady that is out there on social media, and people, we've been hearing all sorts of talk, all sorts of rumor or propaganda, whatever it is. Maybe it is facts that Miss Andrea Garwood is no innocent lady. So there is talk from many sources, not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, to say that she pretty much backbites, backstab the family, the kids, from their DEAD left legacy, meaning that the father had some property that they acquired, him and the previous wife that had lost her life before he then, meaning Mr. Garwood, married to Andrea Garwood. Mrs. Andrea Garwood pretty much went behind the family back, the kids back, and turned over everything, all the property, all the houses, everything in her name, leaving the family penniless. So therefore, that is the motive, that is the reason why the stepson allegedly plots, allegedly hired a hitman and a driver and went for her at the church. Whether this is the fact, people, me no know. However, I've been hearing it on several occasions. Does it justify somebody losing their life? No, it does not. However, we can understand, we now get a clear picture what the motive might have been. So people, I am going to let you take a listen, take a look to what a lady has to say. This lady seems to have some sorts of knowledge of what transpired. However, people, like I always say, there are always 2 to 3 sides to every story. The family of Mrs. Garwood, this lady, and the truths. Take a listen, take a look to exactly what she has to say, and then I will give my piece.
So the stepson where they got dash way, the stepmother in a church, couple years ago, walk free today. And me see the whole Jamaica up in them feelings. And me don't know for what reason. What the nice about. Cause look at this now. For all who never know the story and never know what happened. The little boy mother married to his father. And the lady was a businesswoman. His mother was a businesswoman. The lady make sure that she put every measures into place. That means that if she should have shut her eye or pity them, I go, well, alright. Also, she did trust her husband. So yes, if me dead and gone, them father will take care of them. No, but the husband no look like I say him didn't have any head to that. So the wife dead and gone, left everything and the two pitney them with the husband. The husband now find this lady here, this woman here, married to this woman and everything. Then all of the asset them with the little pitney them mother did have to the way the poopa did so fool. Then make this wicked woman here convince him say, alright, sell all of the woman property them, sell all of the woman assets them, because their mother wasn't no broke woman. Their mother wasn't no careless woman. The mother did have properties, lands, businesses, assets and everything, because the lady worked very hard. When the husband pick up this woman, the wife dead, this woman she said the man have everything. But you know, look like I say, the man did so smart up top, up here so. So this long year woman yeah, she said the husband have everything and the woman dead left everything now. So she can manipulate him. It's also rumors that it is alleged that this lady was also a side chick. So it means say she did well sit down and wait for the picking of the mama dead, so she can just prowl in and take all of the wealth. Alright? So say, so done. She convinced the man, say, alright, sell out all the assets, sell out this, sell out that, so him and her can go make life elsewhere. Now she can't have the access fee, manipulate the money, do what she want, because she was working at the bank, so she knows that she have this. So the man never really to have this. The man did just that. It so happened that the man dead. Left she now with the stepmother, as the stepmother. Dead left everything to the way how this man did fool. The man sell everything when first wife have. That is his two things, man. It is two kids mother. Sell, make this a woman here. Tell himself he sell everything and convince him. So everything now in a fear name. Not none of the pitney them name. The man dead and left it pitney them. To the mercy of she. Instead of the woman looking to herself and say, alright, me did meet him with this and me did meet him with him two kids them and him dead and gone now. Make me share the assets them, making two sons get. No. She want everything for herself. As soon as the man dead, the woman now put out the 14-year-old little pitney. Yes, this a woman here. Put out the 14-year-old power rule, take over everything, now give back the pitney myself. Remember say everything now, you know, would automatically be for the pitney them mother, the two sons them mother, you know, and the poopa now. Remember me tell you now, say the poopa now, make this a woman here convince him, say no, sell everything and transfer this and do that, and the man are go build elsewhere with the pitney them mother money and everything. Also, the man was working in tourism as well. So the man have little same way too, but him no look like him have a person. This woman after she done do all of them wickedness here, she now sit down in a church and worship. Tell your boy wickedness can done. This stepson you know for all who never know. Higher man fi go in they go clap her way. So they end up clap her way. And today now, this stepson walk free. Fi can go inherit him mama sitting them and him papa sitting them. And this woman you know, all because she couldn't take fi no say fi share. She there in a Shetai country. Yes, she underneath the dirt. And no one don't see the little boy walk free today. Wow, na cost for. Way nice for. Way nice for one cost for. Uno that like for dead left this and uno pick me and this happen. Uno that like this for yourself. Uno did want hear say the little boy get 90 or 50 or million years. Uno that want somebody. Uno that want dead left. Uno pick me them. Underage children. Uno want dead left and no say a stepmother take all uno forget. When you pick them forget and go and live comfortable. And you pick them out there but you that want this well. It wrong for them for the clap her way, that's all me can say. It wrong for them to clap her way, but guess what? You want hard, you lose hard. You want hard, you lose hard. All me can say, R.I.P. Mrs. And to the two sons them, if you no watching me darling there, me wish you know all the best. And me wish you know all the best, that's all me can say. What you know the Pandrot skies for? The system says, he must go free, so he must go free. The system says so. So why not make up nice for? Why not cost for? Uno da one know say if uno dead left, uno picnic left, uno husband, where the assets are sitting, uno husband go take up other woman, married woman and transfer and sell out and give woman, husband get hand up dead, and no woman run out to no picnic and take everything else gone ready to get married to next man. Uno da like that for yourself. Uno da like that for no picnic, uno stop the nice. It is what it is.
Now people, this is my disclaimer. The views that you hear is the views of this lady. It has nothing to do with me, because I know that sometimes when people listen to a video, they think that it is the view of the blogger. I am just letting you hear a different side, what this lady has to say, and this is not the first time that I've heard this. However, this is the first time I am seeing a video that is 5 to 6 minutes long with somebody sharing their views in plain view for people on social media to see. At the end of the day, based on the law of the land, whenever you go into any sorts of church, if you have any sorts of problem with people, if them thief land, thief asset, and you go into church and you and the triggerman and the getaway driver conspire and take away somebody, that is MVRD3R, without a shadow of a doubt. However, I have to also say, this might be a mixed view of people after they hear this video, if this is indeed the fact. So therefore, it might be the general consensus with most persons agreeing with this lady, or at worst, it is going to be mixed. There's a thing that is called DEAD, left legacy. What this means is an elder, a father, grandfather, lost his life by whatever means, and he left assets, house, property, cash, whatever. And then there is some sorts of squabble between the family. It is bad when it is family that is taken away, each other are squabbling for whatever the father or the elder left. Whenever a stranger comes into the equation, that is even worse. People are going to look at her or him. She or they or him is going to be frowned upon. So therefore, a couple of people or persons are to be blamed for this. Number one, the father, because if a man built with an ex-lady, built assets, house, property for his family, and then when he leaves, he did not leave any sorts of will. He did not make sure that his children are okay. He did not do whatever he was supposed to do as a man. We have to definitely blame him. Now, persons are going to say, well, him never too book smart, him never too head smart, him never really know about title and land and all of this. So therefore, this lady was speaking in him ears. She was the master manipulator that was telling him things that did not make any sorts of sense. However, what does not make any sorts of sense to me, you do not have to be book smart. All you have to have is common sense and common decency. If you and a lady build something for your children, you should do whatever it takes to make sure that those children become the rightful owner of those assets, because they deserve it. If you just meet somebody a couple of years ago, and because of the poems or because they are master manipulator, you turn over everything, you put full trust in that person, you have to blame the father once again. So, if what this lady is saying, that Andrea, after she got access to the house and property, put out the 14-year-old son that's supposed to deserve these assets. If what the allegations or accusations are saying is true, then most persons are going to say this lady actually deceived this family, deceived this man, So people or persons will have reasons to be ticked off, reasons to want to take away this lady. Not saying that it is right, but me just say we can more understand and see why there would be some sorts of motive. The motive is still MVRD3R. So the question we have to ask, is she a hypocrite, meaning Andrea Garwood, to deceive these people? Because remember, she worked in the bank. She knows about paperwork. She knows about transfer, title, deed, stuff like that. So is this karma? Is it justice? Or is it MVRD3R? People, let me know what you think in the comment section. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.